truckers! We're running back eastbound, headed back to Dirty Jersey. We're gonna drive to Dirty Jersey, shoot down to Virginia Beach, come on back to New Mexico. So, I'm not really too active in it anymore just because it's disgusting, upsetting, and you know, it's very counterproductive. But I want to talk about these Facebook groups. Mainly the Hotshot groups, but the trucking groups are just as bad. But why do I say not to use them, not to listen to them, and do your research other places? Well, unfortunately, and fortunately, a lot of them are new people coming into the business, which is awesome. It is awesome that they allow new people coming in those groups. But the problem is that the new people coming into the groups don't understand the business enough. You know, and this is the time where I don't know about y'all's grandparents or parents or you know, any of that, but when they tell you take the cotton out of your ears and put it in your mouth, this is the time to do it. So you have all these new guys coming in, and they are complaining about stuff that is mediocre. Like, is it 100% great? No. But is it as bad as they say? No, not at all. Now, I'm going to say this before I get into this topic, that yes, we do not make as much money as we used to. And, you know, I blame that. A lot of that's got to do with my beliefs also. Because I believe in capitalism. I believe in deregulation and the free market. Well, unfortunately, that is why the rates are lower. Okay? Because you don't have the government regulating what they have to pay you. So, guys will come in there, and the newest thing now is no less than $3 a mile. Anything less than $3 a mile, you're losing money. But let me tell you something. I run this semi. Like lately, I've been running it at 250 all miles. Deadhead miles, running miles, all miles. And depending on how you set yourself up, you can still gross $4,000 to $5,000, or net, not gross, net, $4,000 to $5,000 a week at those numbers. But it's all on your running style. Now, if you need to be local and you're running 100-mile runs for $4 a mile, and that's all you do, you're still going to lose money, even at $4 a mile. So many people are worried about price per mile, price per mile. That is important, but it's not near as important as the in my pocket number, which is net. You know, it's all about setting yourself up. Last year, I screwed up big time, and my costs were way, way too high. I made a lot of money last year, but my costs were so high that it did not cover all of that and give me enough profit. And that had nothing to do with price per mile. The only thing that had to do with was me not setting myself up correctly. Was me agreeing to too much overhead. And I brought that overhead down by about 30% this year. And that's a big, big difference. So, yes, what you make for a run is important. It's very important. But your overhead is more important. It doesn't, if your overhead isn't right, it does not matter one bit what your gross is, because you will not be able to gross enough to cover that. This one truck made $250,000. But if I'm spending $200,000 to get it to go down the road, I'm not making no money. Even $50,000 in my pocket is horrible money for what we do. Spend endless amount of time away from the family. Live in the truck. $50K is BS. So what's happening on these Facebook groups is the new guys are coming in and they're complaining about problems that they're having, which is good because they notice their problem. But instead of saying why, what is the deal here, they blame it on the other truckers taking less money. They say the other truckers are hurting them. Maybe. Highly doubtful. You know, in a good market, it's a good market. You know, you look at a lot of guys that are running old, you know, beat up equipment. But yet you've got other guys that have immaculate equipment. Some guys make a lot of money. Some guys don't make no money. So why is that one guy making a lot more money than the other guy? It's because he's not blaming somebody else for his problems. He's noticing his problems, he's digging his boots in, and he's getting it done. Or he's done enough research and he knows where his issue is and he's fixing it. When I sat down, put pen to paper, my problem jumped right out to me. My overhead. Your overhead. And it doesn't always mean you just have to buy different equipment or not pay a bill or sacrifice. Sometimes you just have to move stuff around. Or renegotiate or whatever it takes to get it to where you need to be. But if you can't get it there, you don't blame it on the next guy. You have to go look for the next solution. And then you've got guys that come in and they're used to making 30 grand a year as an employee. So they run for 2 months. They see their gross is 30K, but they're running a brand new truck, brand new trailer. They don't have any problems. say, oh, my cost is 20 cents or 30 cents a mile. Maybe, but that's not your true cost. Because you don't have problems yet. Because you're not budgeting for depreciation or replacement value. You're gonna say, well, Hotshot, how do you know what they're budgeting at? Because on 10,000 miles at 27 cents a mile, or even 40 cents a mile, they're running their whole company, fuel, truck, trailer, insurance, everything on $4 grand. My fuel bill is $4 grand. My tires are $4,500. You know, now you can get your cost around $4,200 if you don't include fuel, but that's not true cost. You know, the biggest problem with Facebook is it makes a nobody into somebody in their own little world. So, Facebook is a good place to learn. If you take what's there and you research it. If they're complaining about rates, let's go check the rates. I mean, if the average trucking rate is $2.30 a mile, that's your average, right? But yet they're telling you, oh, if you're not at $3 a mile, you're not making no money. You're telling me every truck in the money, or every truck in the country is losing money? No. No, no, no. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Know your numbers. It's all about your numbers. Without your numbers being correct, none of the other numbers matter. None. So I hope this video has helped you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He has no brake lights on that son of a biscuit. He's gotta be hitting the brakes too. Shoot. No brake lights at all. Or he's just going super slow, that's all. Good lordy, little buddy. 50 and a 75, you're hurting that old girl. So this wasn't really to degrade Facebook as much as it was to show you that one source isn't good for all your solution and why. And if you, a lot of these guys, if you ask them, they won't tell you the truth. I have never heard a trucker say, hey, I'm losing my butt over here. Yay me. I've seen some guys on there speak the truth. Be like, yo, these guys are fluffing it. I'm out here, I'm trying. And as a new guy, you're not going to get what the veterans get. But now another part to that Facebook is you've got the veterans, well, I don't know, you don't even want to call them veterans, but guys that's been doing it a little while. All they do is come in and degrade somebody. That person is doing the same thing they were doing 2 years ago. Posting the same nonsense 2 years ago. But yet now they're going to kick and beat that guy up. Mankind is the biggest problem with this country, continent, and world. The internet's made it worse. That's besides the point. So, if you're going to use Facebook, use it for talking points or researching points. What to look at, what to worry about, what to question, what to figure out before you get started. Just because I come on there and say I made $4,000 in my pocket doesn't mean you should plan on making $4,000 in your pocket. Because you don't know what goes on in the background. Because nobody's going to tell you the whole story. You know, and I'm all for helping people. And I don't think many people can really hurt my business model or my business. But if I put on there where I'm picking up, where I'm dropping my brokers and all that, and you go try to take them, well, yeah, now you're hurting my business model. Now you're hurting my pocket. And that's why you don't get a whole bunch of truth out of that kind of stuff. So, if you're in your research mode, be in your research mode. But research your research. Research the people that are telling you this. Is it someone that claims to make $2 million but can't tell you their net? That'd be a problem. So always check your sources. Always check your sources. So I hope this video has helped you guys. If you have any questions, holler at your boy, hotshotwedge@gmail. Or you can email me at david@hotshotdave.com. Check out Hotshot Dave for training material. You can go on there, you get the mentorship, the consultation, and even get the 2 books that we've written. So if this has helped you, or this is what you're looking for, go ahead and give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. So you know when we go live, when we give you some knowledge that nobody else is willing to give you. You want to get it first. The sooner you get it, the better off you're going to be. So I hope this has helped. But until then, like I said, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.